I'm a 42-year-old mother of 2 boys, 17 and 23. I know many of you on the council, and your daughter, actually. I have a bachelor's degree in social work and a master's degree in public administration. I have worked in the local nonprofit sector for about 20 years, but have never been too plugged into politics because my participation did not seem to matter. I would receive form letters from anybody that I tried to write, with the exception of Peter Murphy that I wrote last year. Thank you very much. The scales fell from my eyes when I started researching the extent to which corporations run this country through legalized bribery of publicly elected officials. About that time, Occupy Wall Street began. It turns out the rage I feel at this injustice is shared by hundreds of thousands of other people around the globe. Now that it's been several weeks and occupations around the country are organizing, another, more pressing issue has risen to the top: the active suppression of our First Amendment rights. A few communities that get way too much press are trying to silence our voices by force and intimidation. Many other communities are choosing to uphold the First Amendment rights of their citizens through cooperation with occupiers. Cities across the nation are opening their eyes to the unusual circumstances and nature of this movement. It is not your normal run-of-the-mill protest. It is much, much different. It is nothing they or we have ever seen before. It has literally spread around the globe in less than 2 months and continues to grow each and every day. The First Amendment rights of our people trump any law as mundane as a curfew. These are exceptional times that truly call for exceptional, out of the box, not what you're used to solutions. Why can't you protest between the hours of 8 and 6? I'm glad you asked this. This is what is in the hearts and minds of occupiers across the globe. Before demands come, before protracted struggles and campaigns over specific political, economic, or environmental policies begin, before the Occupy movement succeeds in turning the tide of the corporate state back toward communities and the common good, it needs a home, a place to put down roots and grow the movement, a place to reclaim the commons, and not just in theory, but in actual, physically manifested ways that say,
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry that your time is up. Thank you.
That is truly astounding.
Well, that's what the clock is telling us. See a light. Councilman McGeary, do you wish to be acknowledged?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. I'd like to make a motion that we give her 2 additional minutes.
Thank you. Do not clap out loud. We have a motion to allow 2 more minutes to this speaker. Is there a second to that motion?
I second.
All right, let's have a roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Rico.
Yes.
Councilman McGarry.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy.
Aye.
Councilwoman Scott.
Yes.
Councilwoman Robinson.
Yes.
Councilman Benson.
Yes.
Councilman Gilbert.
Yes.
Councilwoman Byrd. Yes. Chairman Wade.
No. Motion carries. You have 2 more. Actually, we'll have to do, I think, Randy, you have to do your watch hand, don't you? Because the clock up here is set for 3. You can do it for 2? You can do it for 2. All right. Okay, know where you are.
I bet your office is very organized.
Thank you.
So, a place to reclaim the commons, and not just in theory, but in actual, physically manifested ways that say we are here to stay. There's no more business and politics as usual. Now it's our turn to have self-determination and self-governance. What about public safety and sanitation issues? These are the details. These are things that are actually negotiable. An agreeable solution that is beneficial to all can easily be achieved if all parties are invested. We are not a social group that wants to camp out for free on public land. Most of us work every single day, first and or second shift. It would be a serious limit on our First Amendment rights because we could not be there during the hours of operation. We are a group of total strangers that have found each other through a common passion for true, lasting justice and equality in this country. For us to even begin having that conversation, we need a physical space. We don't live together. How cool would it be if Chattanooga became the model city for cooperation with citizen occupiers? How cool would it be to put the vast amount of local knowledge we have about sustainable practices to work, solving the very real problems occupiers are facing? Solutions sought together could minimize the cost to taxpayers, ensure the safety of the occupiers and citizens, and provide the opportunity to develop innovative green solutions for sustainable practices that don't use public resources. We are deeply passionate and committed to this. We are analysts and salespeople and lawyers and students, the unemployed and factory workers and police officers, firefighters and teachers. We are actually you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the third speaker, if you will give us your name and